Today, it's small business lessons inspired by the NFL. Andy Reid was a failure. 14 years in Philadelphia, one Super Bowl appearance, zero championships, known for blowing big games and mismanaging the clock. After the 2012 season, Philadelphia fired him. Most people thought his best days were behind him. 7 years later, he won in the Super Bowl. Then he won another one. Now he's considered one of the greatest coaches in NFL history. How could this have happened? What changed? Not his talent, not his offensive genius. Those were always there. He always had talented players. What changed was Reid himself. He evolved. After interviewing hundreds of farmers over the past decade, I've learned something. The farmers that build lasting operations, they don't have a secret skill. They go through a transformation that others quit before completing. Today, I'm going to show you 3 stages of that transformation and where most farmers get stuck. I'm Diego, Diego. Let's get into it. Every great coach starts off as a specialist. Andy Reid was an offensive line coach first, then a quarterbacks coach, then an offensive coordinator. For 15 years before becoming a head coach, all he did was offense. He mastered one thing. Bill Belichick started as a special teams assistant, then a linebackers coach, then a defensive coordinator for 12 years. He won 2 Super Bowls as a coordinator before getting a head coaching job. Even Tony Dungy, known for his calm leadership, started as a defensive backs coach, who then became an elite defensive coordinator. The pattern is clear. Stage 1 is about mastery. Become genuinely excellent at one thing. For farmers, stage 1 is becoming a great grower. You learn soil, you understand seeds, you figure out irrigation, pest management, harvest timing. You develop the hands-on skill that produces quality crops consistently. This stage is essential. You can't skip it. But this is where most farmers get stuck. They think stage 1 is the destination. And conventional wisdom says, master the craft and success will follow. But here's what the data actually says. Of all the farmers I've talked to over the past decade, roughly 70% had no problem growing great quality crops. Their produce was good, sometimes well beyond good, excellent. But the ones that failed, they failed at everything that isn't growing. Andy Reid in Philadelphia was a stage 1 coach for too long. Elite offensive mind, couldn't manage the clock, couldn't win the games that mattered, couldn't get out of his own way. Stage 1 mastery is the foundation, but you can't live in the foundation forever. Most farms need 2 to 3 years to develop reliable growing skills. If you're still focused on growing after year 5, you've stalled. Your production learning curve flattens. Your business learning curve hasn't even started yet. Honest assessment. What percentage of your learning time is still focused on growing versus business skills? I ask this too because I know a lot of people love watching videos about growing much more than they like videos about this stuff, the business side of things. So that tells me more people focus on growing than the business side. And if over 60% of your learning after year 3 is still stuck on growing, you are stuck in stage 1. Mastery earns you the right to progress. It doesn't excuse you from progressing. Stage 2 is where you stop doing everything yourself and start building something that works without you doing everything. After Andy Reid got fired from Philadelphia, he went to Kansas City. At that time, he was 54 years old. Most coaches that age are set in their ways. But he made changes. He hired better coordinators and actually let them do their jobs. In Philly, he called every offensive play himself. In Kansas City, he delegated more. He built a staff. He addressed his clock management issues. Not perfectly, but better. He became more self-aware about his weaknesses. But most importantly, he invested in systems around him, not just his own brilliance. Belichick was the master of stage two. The Patriots became famous for the Patriot Way, a system that developed players, coaches, and staff into interchangeable parts. Coordinators left for head coaching jobs every few years. Players cycled through constantly. The systems remained. And the Patriots kept on winning. For farmers, stage two is about building the business around the growing. This means standard operating procedures that lets employees work without constant supervision, pricing strategies based on real numbers, not guesses, sales channels that don't require you to personally show up every time, financial tracking that tells you what's actually profitable. After talking to over 200 farmers on the podcast, here's the difference between farms that plateau in that $40,000 to $60,000 range and the ones that break that 100K. Stage one farmers are excellent at growing. They do everything. Stage two farmers have systems that leverage the grower's knowledge across employees, sales channels, and seasons. The transition is brutal. It's not easy. Stage two requires you to be worse at your original skill, which in this case is growing, while getting better at something you've never done, managing. Most farmers quit during this stage. The temporary drop in quality and production feels like failure. It's not. But this investment is required to get to stage three. A stage one farmer maxes out at around 2,000 productivity hours annually. That's just them. That's as much as they can work. A stage two farmer with one well-trained employee and good systems can capture $3,500 plus of productive hours. At $35 per hour efficiency, that's an additional $52,500 in value created. Identify one task that you do every week that someone else could do at 80% of your quality with proper training. Train them, accept the 80%, redeploy your time in other areas. Your job isn't to be the best at everything. It's to build something that produces great outcomes without you being the best at everything. Stage three is where everything comes together and keeps changing. In 2019, Andy Reid had built a great system in Kansas City, good staff, good culture, and of course, he had Pat Mahomes as quarterback. They lost the AFC Championship to New England. The next year, they won the Super Bowl. What changed? Andy Reid made a critical adjustment. The Chiefs had been primarily a passing team, which made sense with Mahomes. But defenses adjusted. In the Super Bowl run, Reid leaned harder on the running game. He evolved within the game, within the season, within his scheme. 3 years later, the Chiefs won again. Different roster, different opponents, different adjustments, same result. Stage three is about perpetual adaptation. You've mastered the craft. You've built the systems. Now you have to keep evolving both as the world changes around you. Belichick did this for 20 years. His Patriot teams look completely different decade to decade. Early 2000s, it was defense and ball control. 2007, record setting offense. 2014 to 2018, situational dominance and roster flexibility. That coach who couldn't adapt, Marvin Lewis, he built good stage 2 systems in Cincinnati. Then he ran those same systems for 16 years. While the NFL changed around him, he never won a playoff game. Stage 3 is really what separates temporary success from lasting impact. It's going from running a business to running a sustainable business. In our farm supply business at Modern Grower, we process thousands of orders annually. When I look at farms that have been profitable for over a decade versus farms that succeed for a few years and then decline, because we do see it, there's a consistent pattern. Long-term successful farmers change their focus every 3 to 5 years, not because they're bored, but because they see the market shifting. It might look something like this. In 2015, wholesale was king. It was best for farms who optimized for volume. In 2018, restaurants became premium channels. Small farms pivoted to chef relationships. 2022, direct-to-consumer had exploded. The next generations had already built an online presence. I even have a book on that. Ready Farmer 1, check it out on Amazon. 2026, who knows where the farm business is evolving to? But the stage 3 farmer is already experimenting. The farms that peaked and declined, they found what worked in 2015 and kept doing it. The others adapted. Markets shift 5 to 8% annually on average. This means half of your business model is obsolete within a decade if you don't evolve. The farms that survive don't have better luck. They just have a better radar for change. Block out 2 hours this month, just 2 hours, to research one emerging trend that you've ignored for your farm business. Subscription models, new crops, different markets. You don't have to act on it. Just know what's coming. The farm you build to succeed isn't the farm that will keep you succeeding. Stage 3 never ends. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Stage 1 feels really good. You're learning, you're building skills, progress is viable, growing is so fun. Stage 2 is painful. You're bad at new things. You've got to let go of control. Progress feels slow. There's turnover. It's hard. It seems like you're spending money with no progress. I get it. Stage 3 is scary. You have to admit what got you here won't get you further. You have to make changes to make this work in the long term. Andy Reid almost stayed a stage 1 genius who couldn't win the big one. He was 54 years old and had to admit that his approach wasn't working. Most people would have said, "This is just who I am." Reid said, "This is who I've been, but it doesn't have to be who I remain." It just goes to show, no matter how old you are, you can always change. And that choice is the same choice that every farm owner faces. They can be a great grower who never builds a business. You can be a good operator who builds systems that ossify. Or you can keep evolving, keep adapting, keep growing, not the crops, but yourself. The farms who build something that lasts, they're not smarter. They're not luckier. They're just willing to be uncomfortable longer than everyone else. Stage 1, master your craft. Stage 2, build systems that multiply your mastery. Stage 3, keep evolving as the world changes. Andy Reid did all 3 and became a legend. Most farmers get stuck after stage 1 and wonder why they're working 70-hour weeks to just make $35,000. The question isn't whether you're talented enough. The question is whether you're willing to keep going to become something new. Your farm is waiting for you to evolve. Now go build a farm business, not just a farm. I'll see you in the next breakdown. Thanks for watching. I'm Diego, Diego, and until next time, be nice, be thankful, and do the work.